Shabbat Shalom. Some of you know in the last few years I've become a pretty devoted, I don't know if I could say number one fangirl, but I think I'm way up there with the people in this world who have discovered and fallen in love with the incredible body of work and the extraordinary human being that was Leonard Cohen. Especially glad, Howard, that you're here today. So much to say about Leonard, but I'm reading a lot of his poetry, and a lot of it I joyfully don't understand. And his lyrics were unbelievable, and you can go back to them again and again and always find something new, and many of them are very, very complicated, as those of you familiar with his work know. But I've been going through the many albums that Leonard put out in his life. I wish there'd been more, but can't complain. We have such a bounty of riches. And very recently I came across an unusual piece that he wrote. Leonard, you should know, really loved country music, and one of his earliest gigs was as a musician in a little country band called the Buckskin Boys. He lived for a few years outside of Nashville, and he really loved a lot of that scene and a lot of that music, and much of his music does have a little country feel to it. And I learned this song from Leonard the other day. It has maybe the fewest words of any of his songs, but it pulled up a chair and sat down in my heart, especially with so much that's going on right now. So a little something different today. Since I won't see you for a few weeks. Leonard tells a story of walking in the streets of New York, and he sees a man, and the man kind of bumps into Leonard a little bit, and it's crowded because it's New York, and when they get a little distance, Leonard sees that he's got a placard around his neck, and the placard on it has some words, and the words are, "Please don't pass me by. I'm blind, but you can see. I am blinded totally. Please don't pass me by." And Leonard kept walking, and he came upon a street corner on 7th Avenue, and it was a school. This is the early 1970s. It was a school for people we'd now say maybe special needs, or what our parlance is today, but Leonard described it as a curious amalgamation of the various mutilations that can befall the human body. And he stopped and he looked at so many people who were taking a break from classes, but clearly broken in body, and many perhaps in spirit. And he imagined that they were all singing this song. Please don't pass me by. Please don't pass me by. I am blind, but you can see. I am blinded totally, but please don't pass me by. And Leonard reflected on that, and he thought, well, that's them who are singing it. That's they who are singing it. That's the other. But as he thought about it some more, he said, wait a minute. That's really I. That's me who's singing it. I've got to sing that song because I want to be seen too. And I've got eyes. And what do I see around me? And how do I react? And what yearning is this talking about? Isn't this for everyone? So yeah, he started singing it himself. He started singing, please don't pass me by. I'm going to ask you to learn it and sing it with me pretty soon. Please don't pass me by, 'cause I got to thinking about it myself, and it occurred to me that our good friend Moses was basically asking the same thing. His Torah portion started today with the words, Va'etchanan, one word that means, and I pleaded, I begged, I implored, I was down on my knees, says Moses. And I asked God, he said, please don't pass me by. Try it, please don't pass me by. Please don't pass me by. Great. I am blind, but you can see. I'm blinded totally. I am blinded totally. Please don't pass me. Please don't pass me by. Now I got to thinking about it a little bit more because Moses was saying, down on my knees, get down on my knees. I got down on my knees. I got down on my knees and I pleaded. I got down on my knees. I was asking. Got down on my knees. I was begging. Got down on my knees. I was pleading. And it wasn't the first time either, right? Remember a few chapters ago, back in Exodus, feels like yesterday, Moses asked God for something very special. He said, God, if I've found favor in your eyes, please let me see your glory. And God says, well, I'll make you a deal, Moses. You can't actually see me, but I am going to pass by you. And maybe that has to be good enough when it's God and Moses talking. Moses had to be put in that cleft of the rock. God's glory passed by, and maybe it wasn't exactly what Moses had in mind, but he had to take it. And you know what? Sometimes that's the best we can do too. It's just to catch a little glimpse of the glory, but still we're pleading, please don't pass me by. Yesterday, I was at 16th and Mission at the Bard Plaza. And that was an experience to do Shabbat services there on the corner at the Bard station, bringing the meals that some of you incredible people put together with such love. And I was walking with Xander, our brand new fellow from the office, incredible guy, helped me with the equipment. We were praying it would work, but even if it didn't really matter, because we just needed to be there and be safe with a whole bunch of people who my friends have next to nothing, at least materially. But so many of them came up and thanked us for the food and the music, and they're out there doing their thing, supporting one another as best they can. There's a community on that streets that'll really touch your heart. So many of these people have no place to lay their head, and they're standing on the street and they're selling their little wares, some of them homemade, some of them just trying to eke by a tiny little bit of living. And I don't know what happens to them at night, because we were out of there before it was dark. I could hear every one of them saying, please don't pass me by. Some of them actually said it for real. Try it. Please. One of them. I am blind, but you can see. I am blinded totally. Please don't pass me by. well, that's fine, Rabbi Shana. And that was fine for Leonard. You know, and that's fine for Moses. Because we're supposed to maybe learn a little something from these voices. We're probably thinking to ourselves, because it's the human condition, well, I've never really had to say that. It's not for me to say. Because I'm all right today. I've got some food, I've got a place to come and be with the little community. There's a beautiful lunch that's been prepared. Someone else is going to clean it up. And I've got a car to get into, or at least someone to call is going to take me home. I've got a home to go to. This isn't really for me. But if you haven't been singing it already, try it. Because one day we might have to sing it. And if we do, we'll want to know the words. We're going to want to know that someone is going to hear us and someone's going to see us and do something to lift us up. Try it one more time. Please don't pass me by. Please don't pass me by. 'Cause I am blind, but you can see. I am blinded totally. Please don't pass me by. I said, please don't pass me by. Shabbat Shalom.